Welcome to the Chop and Beef Show, episode number 10, season number 4 is here. Coming to you live from Mom's Basement. It is me, I am the Beef, Casey Beef Cregan, joined as always by my cast of cronies, JJ in Tampa, and Zach Fox Parker in Savannah, Georgia. We're back. We had a little bit of a hiatus, but we're back in the mix. A lot of things going on. The start of college football season started last weekend. We got a lot of things going to talk about. Of course, we are a little bit different than your normal podcast. We're going to go off the rails almost as soon as we get on it. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things that we have on our agenda. Man, we're just excited to be back. So sit back, enjoy the intro. We'll see you in about 30 seconds. Chop and Beef Show coming to you next. Yo, how about that for
yeah.
How about that for production?
How about that music? Play it.
Show tunes, jazz hands.
Right. And look, as always, our top fan, Kevron Harris, joining in. Always good to see you, pal. You know how much we love you. We love you, so thanks for chopping. Thanks for chopping beef with us. And John Chancey checking. We haven't even said hello yet. A lot of people picking Rutgers minus the points this weekend. You know I'm high on the Rutgers.
I think that's a lock special, isn't it?
I'm on the Rutgers bandwagon, no question. What's up, boys? Welcome in. We haven't been here in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It's been a while. So happy to be back. Good to see you. Start with you, JJ in Tampa. How you doing, buddy?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Is it Christmas already?
College football.
That's true. Fox, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. We got NFL starting tonight too. It is football everywhere. There'll be football every weekend from now until like January. No, later than that, February.
That's awesome.
Tremendous.
It really is. Not a big NFL guy, but I'll turn it on. You know, it'll be on tonight when I hang up with you, jerk offs. It'll be on the television.
Great.
Last time coming to you from Mom's basement. It's a little tear.
Little teary-eyed?
Little tear coming down the face. Yeah, Mom's basement is being retired. I don't know what I'm going to say next week.
From
from the island.
A lonely island, yeah.
From a bar stool at the edge of the universe.
From the sports gambling house of DeFusky.
Yeah,
that's good. That's
Chop and Beef Sportsbook.
Speaking of the sports book, let's get into it. Let's go right away. We got a lot on this agenda. I had to pump it up, and I had to go double space because I'm old now, and I probably need glasses. So I got 3 pages worth of notes, which is probably about 15 minutes worth of content. However, pretty certain we'll probably run off the rails a little bit tonight. Yeah. Let's stay on it for right now. College football is back. JJ was singing it a second ago. College football is back,
baby.
What are your thoughts? We'll run down a couple of the big games that we saw last week. Get your thoughts on them. Alabama crushing Miami. JJ, what are your thoughts on that one?
There is one team in the country. It's Alabama. That's it. That everyone else is second tier.
Locks, what do you got?
There was one elite highlight of that entire game, and that was when the turnover chain came out, only to have the play overturned. And the poor kid had to take the chain off and give it back to the little runner boy who ran back and put it into its tight little briefcase, never to be seen again. Yeah, bye-bye.
And they were down by like 30 at the time, too.
Yeah, so it's don't bring that out.
At what point does it have to just stay in?
You're no longer the you when you're down by 30 and you bring out the chain.
Yeah.
Reputation's gone.
I get it a little bit. Like, it has to come. If that's their thing, it comes out for everything. But, like, at some moment, you just be like, let's hold this one until we play FAU next week or whoever they're playing.
Right.
Or we're going to have 6 of them, and then we're going to be up by 20. It's going to make a little bit more sense here, rather than get ridiculed by the whole country.
Because that's exactly what happened. Way to go. Way to be prominent again.
Time marches on. They don't stop.
I didn't even tune into it, so I knew what was going to happen.
We were watching it. I was watching outside. Beautiful northeast fall day, end of summer day. Last week we had the TV outside, full spread going up in Bergen County, New Jersey, with my Rutgers insider Tim Galligan. Love that guy. His whole family, some friends were out there. It was wonderful. We watched it for about 4 seconds.
Yeah,
we turned on something else. We wanted to watch it to see Alabama. And then all of a sudden, before you could blink, it was 17-0. And you were just like, all right, I think we're good here. Is there any good games on? And there were.
Game is out of the tunnel. Game over.
Yeah, that 3:30 slot kind of disappointed a little bit. It was Maryland and West Virginia was kind of the game.
That was a good game.
It was
6 points. Yeah.
Yeah, it got away from them a little bit at the end, but yeah, it was a good game. Tonga Vailoa.
Tally. Start back at Thursday, Friday, man. There were games.
Well, that's where I was going to go too. Thursday night or was it Friday night? We had Virginia Tech, North Carolina.
Right.
One thing I know that you wanted to talk about, Locks. Go with it.
Remind me.
The fans are back. Fans are back in the house.
Yeah, fans are back, man.
Jobs that we work on normally.
Oh, hell yeah. Boy.
Not the best color man in the business.
Long week. Enter Sandman. All across the whole spectrum, man. It was awesome. It was you didn't realize how much you missed it. You kind of took it for granted, right? Until you didn't have it last year. Like I watched half and I listened to the other half of Wisconsin versus Penn State.
Right.
Fantastic at Wisconsin. They did jump around, and I only heard it. Like I said, I was out on the beach, and I could just hear like the announcers going crazy about they thought the stadium was going to fall down. The fans were going apeshit. It was awesome. At Florida State. In the Sunday night game, the chop, you forget about how loud and deafening that is, and just
obnoxious
as hell. And like even though it's on TV, you can still hear it like crazy. But I remember being there, and it's just like you want to throw yourself off the side of the stadium. It just doesn't stop, But it's great. Fans are great. They show all the tailgating idiots. The dude covered himself in the mayo and before the.
What the hell, man?
They said it was a Clemson fan, but that wasn't Sloppy Body.
That wasn't the same guy. Okay, yeah,
that wasn't Coca-Cola guy.
Yeah.
Was it?
No. There was another dude in the stands that was just eating the mayo. I mean, I'm a mayo guy. We all know that. It's well established, but that's not my jam. I'm not going straight mayo. It's got to be a French guy at least.
I would like to see the eating contest between you and that guy.
Well, no, I'm out. I got to have French fries to dip into at least. I can't just put my fingers in there. It's this guy's are spoonfuls. It was gross.
So, I won't say that.
Eddie Lockett, check it in. He's a big University of Miami fan. He is our resident Bluefield Fever insider. He said to you, baby, the tropical depressions, baby.
Yeah.
All right, he's just getting warmed up. I'm sure he's going to come up. No pressure, Eddie. No pressure. But I'm sure he's going to come up with comment of the night. But I'm putting it out there.
No pressure.
Marty Coleman, if you're out there, you're on notice as well. But yeah, so we'll go right into that Florida State Notre Dame game before we hit Clemson and Georgia. JJ, you are the Notre Dame guy. How'd you feel week one? Give us your.
You didn't like it going in, right? You took.
I told everyone to take the 7 points in FSU. Just Notre Dame always traditionally starts out slow.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, Florida State was pumped up. They're celebrating Bobby. And I think Florida State got a lot more respect in that game losing than Notre Dame did, and fairly so.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's defense did not look well. They did look good at times, and in the second half, they kind of like, what the hell are you doing? Right. The kid, the quarterback, looks great, but Casey said it 2 weeks ago. He is a statue.
Yeah.
And with 3 offensive linemen that were replaced last year, they better protect him better. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah, he didn't move much.
So
yeah, but with the safety valve.
We didn't get to do the show last week, but I had Notre Dame predicted at 8-4 this year, and I think that'd be a good year considering their rebuild. So
I'll tell you right now, we're going to have Michael Palkovics next week. He is a big Notre Dame. He goes by 5'0", 100 He has a podcast out there on the podcast world. Really knowledgeable Notre Dame fan. He's going to join us because he's a resident asshole. He's just a huge prick, and we love him. And he's mouthy, and he's going to take over the show pretty much next week.
But the one thing I want to mention about Notre Dame, and people are going to say, "Oh, here he is, Homer," and I am definitely. When I say 8-4, 6 of their opponents this year are going to have 2 weeks to prepare for Notre Dame this year.
That's a valid, solid point. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
that makes a difference. So, that's why I say, 8-4. I'll be happy with 8-4 this year.
It's a solid schedule too. Some real teams on that schedule.
Pauk's saying 11-1. Pauk is saying 11-1. So
that shit crazy. No
it's
fucking
the ceiling. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Hey, it's out there. You guys can discuss that. We'll give you your Notre Dame minute next week, as we joke about on Sluggo. But we'll give you literally a minute and a half to talk.
There's your minute. Done. Florida State was more respected.
We had Georgia and Clemson as well in. My line, my overused phrase that I used, the cure for insomnia was the Clemson Georgia game. If you like offense, now if you like defense, it was edge of your seat type of ball game. Georgia came out on top. What basically was the difference was a pick 6. That's it. Otherwise, they were dead even. Granted, Georgia missed a field goal, but they were dead even, 3-3 on the offensive side of the ball. It was. The punters, you got to know their names this week because both defenses were completely dominant. Locks, what are your thoughts on the UGA Georgia game?
Clemson's in trouble. We're screwed, man. The sky's falling. I'm not kidding either. I'm not kidding. Name the playoff teams. I'm not going to mention Clemson. No fucking way. Nope. Not a chance.
It's week 1.
They went 7-7 this week.
Week 1.
We have no opponents to play. You tell me Oklahoma, Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama. There's your top 4 right there. Done.
I got a sneaky one for you, though, boys. I got a sneaky one for you.
It ain't Clemson.
No.
Who's the sneaky one? Give it to us now.
USC?
I'm saying
I got one out west.
I'm saying Cincinnati.
Cincy?
I'm saying Cincinnati.
You think they get Notre Dame this year?
I do. I think they're going to break Notre Dame's home streak.
Wow.
Desmond Ritter.
Not only that,
they got a couple games on their schedule, don't they? Who's the other one they play?
Wisconsin.
Indiana. Indiana is the week before Notre Dame. But look what Indiana showed.
Not much.
Yeah, they were a big disappointment. Let's go there. We'll go there next. Our favorite player on this show as a collective, Michael Penix Jr., ran into a huge stiff defense.
Huge.
They were right in his face the whole game, just smacking him left and right. I mean, the poor guy looked like I don't even know what.
Offensive line was limp the whole game. It was pathetic. I didn't see any of it, but I mean, the stats were awful for him. I really had high expectations for him. That dude was pretty fucking electric last year, man.
Yeah, man. And once again, overreaction.
Pulsating, I would say.
Overreaction.
Pulsating.
Right. You know,
it's just
throbbing to get out there in front of the media.
This was so much more fun to do when I didn't have to look you guys in the face.
What are you talking about? We were live last
time. My eyes closed.
The camera was just absorbing him, eating him up. The Penix.
Yeah, it's true. Poor guy. But that leads to Iowa State, because Iowa beat Indiana last week. Looked really good doing it.
Yeah.
And Iowa State this week, the media darling Iowa State with Brock Purdy and Breece Hall.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of our picks coming up.
Yeah, we're going to have that game later to pick on.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a big rivalry game. What do they call it? The Cy Hawk.
Children of the Corn game?
Corn Fest? I don't know.
Yeah.
They call it they play for the Cy Hawk Trophy, the Cyclones and the Hawkeyes.
Oh.
I have a cousin that'll be at the game.
The only reason I know that is because I used to play college football NCAA 14, and you can play those games just for shits and giggles.
Nice.
Wow.
I like that.
That's an exciting one. It's almost exciting. It's like the John Deere Classic, which is also played in the tri-state area. Yeah.
Here's a good stat for you. Iowa State, John Chancey checking in. Iowa State 1, struggles in their first game, and 2, loses to Iowa.
Yeah, but don't you think Iowa State was maybe holding something back?
That's what the word is. But isn't that what everyone's response is when they don't win a game by 100 like they should on paper?
That's
Everyone
fine.
says that. Oh,
when they play like Northern Iowa, that's their biggest rival, is Iowa State. So, who cares?
Oh, yeah, that's their Super Bowl, right? That's their national team.
I don't think there's ever – it's like a holdback, man. Like we've seen – I know in Clemson, I'm sure other places do the same thing, but the playbook starts off here and ends up here, especially if it's a new quarterback or a new offense. You don't want to show it all early, but – you're not necessarily holding back, for God's sakes. You want to win every game.
You have to win. Right.
You want style points, too, if you get them.
What are you holding back? The flea flicker? I mean, that's what I keep thinking. Like, the playbook's vanilla.
Notre Dame had a flea flicker. Shocked the hell out of me. I was like,
yeah, it was early, too.
Yeah.
Good question, John Chancey. I have no idea what a Cy-Hawk is. I just know that that's what they call the trophy based on what I was playing on Xbox. No, it wasn't even Xbox. PlayStation 1. When it was just called PlayStation.
If Iowa gets past this game, they could be a sleeper. I mean, I'm not saying, but they could shock some people because they're good on both sides of the ball.
Right.
Again, I mean, the elephant in the room is Ohio State. So who in the Big Ten is going to beat Ohio State? Is it going to be Iowa? Is it going to be Wisconsin with Ches Malusi?
Championship game because they don't play them in the regular season.
Well, that's what I mean. They still got to beat them, right? So the sleeper, obviously, if they're going to run the table, this is a big game. This is non-conference, so it doesn't really affect them there. Rivalry, obviously, but if they win the game, then they're on their way, right? They probably have to play. I don't even know who's on their side. Maybe a Wisconsin, but they're not playing Penn State across rival. I don't think.
I'll tell you what, they got Maryland, Penn State.
Oh, they do
at Wisconsin, Minnesota, at Nebraska.
That's not a
weak schedule.
No. Yeah.
No, and if Ibrahim's gone for the year for Minnesota too, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean they got a chance. That's good resume building schedule, I think too.
Absolutely, yeah.
If they can beat at Wisconsin is going to be tough for them, and Penn State at home. They could get that one. We'll see. I love Kirk Ferentz.
Played a tough game. I think Minnesota played a tough game against Ohio State. It was really 3 plays that killed them.
They ran out of juice. That's all it was. They ran out of juice.
They're going to be a different team without the running back, though.
No doubt.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was so dang good. He ran so dang hard. He was. I loved watching him play. And then when he went down, it was like, there goes the wind out of the air out of the balloon.
That's not good. Yeah.
Speaking of air out of the balloon, so back of the week. We're going to the so back of the week. We had a lot of options this week. We were going to go with maybe Chip Kelly. So back at UCLA, he wins 2 games in a row, including beating LSU, right? Chip Kelly's so back.
And Hawaii,
yeah. Coach Ogeron back to being a meddling middle-of-the-road coach as he was at Ole Miss and University of Southern California. He could be so back as well because he lost to Chip Kelly. Florida State, are they back? Are they so back?
They're close.
We'll discuss all those. But our so back of the week is us. It's the 3 of us. So back.
So back.
We're back. Reimagined. Not really, but reimagined. I took a little bit more time. Life's kind of slowing down for me now. So I took a little more time on the show. You saw it with my intro.
It was huge.
A little more time with the outline. It's bigger. It's in 15 font for me.
It's like Penix style.
Yeah, huge
Penix.
Michael Penix. But what do you got for your so backs of the week? What are you thinking? Let's talk Chip Kelly. Let's talk Coach O. LSU kind of falling by the wayside. Maybe Florida State back. What do you guys got?
I had Mackenzie Milton. I mean, what? Hey, he stole the weekend, man. I missed it too. I went to bed.
Did you really?
Jeff, what were you thinking when Notre Dame's up, what was it? 18 points. I was like, later. I went to bed. Wake up. I'm like, went into overtime, and Mackenzie Milton. I remember them talking about it like a couple weeks ago. Mackenzie Milton. I was like, God, that guy, he's playing again, but he actually got in the game. First play, 25-yard pass or something like that. The highlights like blew up. It was tremendous. Just what a story, Alex Smith, it's crazy.
The reason why he got in was because Jordan Travis lost his chin strap. So he had to come out and get his chin strap replaced. Mackenzie Milton goes in, leads a drive down the field, and they score.
Yeah.
And so Coach Norvell has them both next to each other, and he's like, he must have said, like, we're going to stick with the hot hand. Mackenzie just drove us down the field. Sorry, but that was going to be a world-famous chin strap there if Mackenzie Milton could lead them to victory. He almost did. He fumbled the snap in overtime. That kind of it ruined the whole deal on third down. He fumbled the snap, lost 10 yards. Then Mike Norvell iced his own kicker.
Were you shitting your pants, Jeff? I mean, that was crazy.
Because that's the Notre Dame story. The guy comes off into the game, miracle baby, and like, oh, Jesus, here we go.
So back and forth, and all of a sudden it was like, bam, 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 3 scores. I was like, well, they just ran out of gas, Okay.
Good defense.
Hold on, I got Afghan refugees coming in.
Who was it? A helicopter?
It's McDill. So anyway,
that's awesome.
Yeah. God bless.
They do flybys. It's awesome.
I swear to God, I'm surprised. Locks, when you turned the game off, I'm still surprised you didn't hear the announcers praising this guy.
Yeah,
for getting in, but well deserved because he snapped that leg here in Tampa against USF. A
twist too.
It was like Alex Smith style, like
33
he might have
months.
amputate and all that stuff. And I remember texting Beef, and we're like, he's over. He's done. He's never coming back. And
it was a great story at UCF too. They were having a great year, a turnaround. I think the year before they had no wins, and then here comes Mackenzie Milton from Hawaii, and they went undefeated. So he was that quarterback in 17 when they won the national championship. Right?
That's right. They got it on the sign right there.
Got it on their book. They got it at their school.
That's right. So it was a great story, and the kid worked his ass off and deserved the moment. There's absolutely no doubt. That was you win the so back. That was excellent.
Yeah, great.
I hated seeing it for about 30 minutes. I'm like, oh shit. But
after you get the win, it kind of makes it okay. All right, that's a cute story.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you would have touchdown Jesus, you would have won.
Anything else you guys get out of week 1 of college football? We're here. We're back. It's season. We're talking about it. It's great.
I think you're right. Chip Kelly. I think he's got UCLA going. They look good. I mean, they don't only look a little good. They look good. A full balanced offense and decent defense. So that's Chip Kelly. You can't beat that. And like I said, I think Iowa to me was the most impressive this week because they just dominated. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, good Lord,
right.
17 against 18. It is a ranked top 20 game, but if you're not talking Alabama, I think Iowa was the most impressive.
I think Wisconsin deserves the clutching defeat from the jaws of victory. That game it should have been 13-0, and it was 0-0 type of thing. I mean, they just kept on stepping on their own foot. It was terrible, but they're obviously a talented team. But he throws 2 picks inside the red zone for a very accurate quarterback. It really surprised me. And there was a fumble too, and that missed field goal from a chip shot. I think they're going to be all right. But yeah, I think they've still Wisconsin still got some work left on their side of the Big Ten to put in. I think they'll be all right.
For the record, just acknowledging Marty's comment here, I swear to effing God, Beef saves his best internet for this show. It's the same computer, same internet. I guess mom and dad are on their iPads tonight. I don't know what they do, what they give them at the home here. But No, it's the same thing. So did I mess up last night? I didn't even know if I did.
Not last
you guys
night.
were nice. You
No,
guys were nice. Every other week. Yeah.
Freezes.
Yeah, last week I couldn't even do our intro here on this show because I had the wrong computer. But I'm staying at the same company, so I'm keeping the computer. So it's going to be our computer going forward on both shows.
You can just load that thing up with a bunch of trash. That'd be perfect. Then you get a new one.
Some porn. No.
I think SEC scheduling is so back.
No, I'm not doing it. I don't want to get ranted up here because it's
Why not?
What are you talking about?
All right. Be gentle.
Next week, I think I'm going to do it after week 2. But So I will get into it. I think it's a little early yet, but I'm going to get into it next week. I got a whole rant, but I wanted to be a little bit more prepared. I wasn't as prepared. Anyway, I'm pretty prepared. I need some preparation. H.
For the lips or ass?
Yeah, speaking of lips and ass, we're going to do our college football predictions, our final 4 predictions right here on the show as we speak. Mom's basement, I got a roommate, apparently. There's a little grasshopper, and that made its way to Mom's basement. So I guess.
Is it green or brown?
Brown.
That's a cricket, and you need to kill it now because they'll keep you up all night. Step on it.
All right.
Right now.
You guys do your final 4.
I'm telling you, it's a cricket, dude.
Yeah. It'll sound like you're camping tonight. You're fine.
They typically like to sleep in people's mouths while they're snoring, so you got that to look forward to also.
I don't snore.
Remember crickets we saw at the Mariners thing?
No.
What, the ones that kid was eating?
Oh, yeah. I remember. I didn't remember being at the Mariners game for a second, but now I do.
Okay, there you go. Awful.
I have nothing to kill this thing with right
Mox,
now.
you already made your picks in another show. What are they?
Well, I'll change them for this one. That was before Clemson played. Again, I'm serious. I'm serious. I really think that now they're in serious deep shit because they don't have a schedule to play.
Do you think there's another loss in there?
No.
Okay. You think they're going to run the table?
They're going to run the table, but then they're going to play an inferior team on the other side, being North Carolina with a loss in conference, Miami with a loss to Alabama, who's I think actually has to play North Carolina. So it's just not a good scene. Hey, you got a shoe.
Shoot for the win. I got it.
Got him, attaboy. All right, now go fry him up. But Oklahoma has a pretty soft schedule. I'm sure they're probably going to run it.
They have a Big 12 schedule. Yeah,
the Big 12 schedule. While people are saying Texas and Iowa State and all that shit, I just think I think they barely won last week. They were cruising. They just let the gas off the pedal. Pedal off the gas. I think Ohio State is just they're level above everyone else. Unfortunately, in the Big Ten, they didn't look great either, but I'm sure they'll get their act together. And then Georgia and Alabama have set themselves up to play each other. It doesn't matter who wins. They're both going to make it into the playoff after the SEC championship.
All right.
Yeah. What do you got?
That's a good point. Before you go over, I want to discuss Eddie Lockett. The Afghan refugees went by Jeff's house live, and then a couple minutes later flew over the national anthem, which is pretty badass. That's true.
I forgot about
we just got the flyby. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
That was the game.
Well before.
Yeah, that was the game. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I had to take it when I go to do this crap. I'm just kidding.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh.
I forgot about the damn flyby.
If NC State wins on the road at Mississippi, they might be ranked. They're going to be ranked. But, JJ, what do you got for top 4? Give it to us.
Alabama, obviously, hands down. I think Oklahoma is going to start getting their crap together. I really do. I think Tulane, because of the hurricane, had a lot to play for. Oklahoma gave them the home stadium. I think they won. They were the best Louisiana team all last weekend.
That's a good point.
So I'm going to go Oklahoma, Alabama. Woo! This is Cincinnati is going to be my surprise. I think Cincinnati's running the table because what a lot of people don't give credit for is Cincinnati last year had a top 10 ranked defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going to get through Indiana. I think they're going to beat Notre Dame. I hate to say that, but I do.
Who are they booting out then?
Well, that's the thing. I think Clemson's got, because I didn't see a running game last week, and that's what scared me about Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there might be one more loss in there, and I think it goes to Georgia.
Good picks.
And that's me. I mean, I was flipped. I thought Cincinnati would be my fifth team.
Right.
But after seeing Clemson's offense, which, like I said, we've watched them for years, and they are so balanced. And last week, there was just no running game. And Beef and I talked about it before the show. I was just shocked. I was shocked that there was no running game in that, and especially as low scoring as it was.
Pretty disappointing for sure.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I knew the offensive line wasn't great, but holy smokes!
Yeah, I think Cincinnati is a full package that can get in there. I think they can run the table, and that'll get them talking. So, and if they beat Indiana, Notre Dame, that'll be good stuff.
Put you on record for that one.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'm going out Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia, and Iowa. I don't know. I was going to do Oregon because I think they're good, but they're battling a little injury bug. Mr. Thibodeau at linebacker, defensive end linebacker, whatever he is, and Justin Flo. There's rumors that he may be out as well. He's a very good freshman.
Oregon's going to win this week.
See, this is the big one. If they win this week, I'm gonna go back and change my pick and say that they'll be in. But I don't know. I don't think so. That's why you two pick. I don't pick these games, right?
Right.
So
well, you did well last week on the Moto show.
Yeah,
you know?
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. The sample size is a little.
You find yours a lot.
Than 1 week. No, I was.
Speaking horrendous. Of that, the parlay. Tell the fans you hit the parlay, didn't you?
No, I missed the parlay.
I thought you hit a parlay this past weekend.
Oh, I hit a 3-teamer for like $18. But
hell yeah!
Hey, that's Taco Bell. That's 2 Taco Bell runs.
Yeah, but I missed on my 13-team parlay.
I don't know how.
No shit.
And I missed on my 11-team parlay as well.
Little deep.
Yeah, and for the 11-team parlay, I got 4 right.
Okay, feeling it.
It's great when you're doing parlays.
Did you take my Florida State call?
I did, actually, yeah.
All right.
Did you take my Illinois call?
Yeah, oh yes. Bet big on that one. I bet big on that one.
My fault.
I bet more money. I saw it. You sent it to me. I saw it. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
They destroyed Nebraska. Illinois is going to beat the heck out of directional Illinois or wherever they were playing.
They didn't completely. They didn't just miss this.
San Antonio, Texas, wasn't it, or something like
that?
Yeah,
UTSA. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, shit me. Come on.
Because that's Illinois. That's the Illini.
That was my lock of the week for beef right there. I gave it to him.
I bet nearly $20.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'll show it to you. I bet.
I'll just find one obscure one to give him. Just a
I want to know how many of our listeners took the 7 points of Florida State because of me and the pick. That's what I want to know.
I didn't see it.
I believe Marty did
right on the page.
Marty did something.
Oh, no, I know. I saw it. But I'm saying I just didn't see it happen.
Oh.
I think he took Notre Dame. He did. I think he took Notre Dame. Anyway, we'll get into our picks, and by our picks I mean your picks. I stay Switzerland for these picks. We'll start this week with Oregon, Ohio State, the marquee matchup of the week. Ohio State is 14.5-point favorites. Who are we going to start? We'll start with locks. This is your baby. Let's do you.
Well, this has trickled upwards. It used to be 13.5, then 14, now 14.5. 14.5 sucks, but
is there a penalty involved?
I think Oregon having to travel. It's at Ohio State, right? Yeah. It's Ohio State's game, and Ryan Day has a little fuck you in him. He's just going to run it up. That's the way I think, especially at home. He's a little prick. I hate him, but I think that Ohio State will end up stomping their ass, unfortunately.
You got Ohio State.
Yeah.
All right, JJ, who you got here?
Just because locks, I'm feeling good. It's 14.5.
14.5.
I'll take Oregon in the 14.5. I know the injury bugs hit them, but I'll take Oregon in the 14.5 to stay with
offensively. Not offensively. So.
Yeah, I'll take them to stick.
All right, I got that written down. Iowa State. Iowa State's a 4.5-point favorites.
Quick question: is that paper going to make the move? So you know how to record next week?
No,
okay.
It's actually
good. We still have the tape, though, right? Good.
It's garbage night here in New Jersey, so I got to make sure it gets out tonight.
I'll keep track of it. Don't worry.
Good. I was going to put it on a spreadsheet and keep track of it for the year, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen.
I don't know the spread, so you all got to tell me.
I got it.
Iowa State is 4.5-point favorites. John Chancey chimed in earlier and said Matt Campbell has never beaten Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
This game is at Iowa, and so who you got? JJ, you go first.
I'm sold on Iowa. I like Iowa in this game. They're good on offense and defense, and they have one of the best new traditions in college football. So,
sure enough,
I love Matt Campbell. I love him at Iowa State. I just don't think it's this game. I think I like Iowa.
Yeah, I like Iowa also. I get free 4.5 points on it too. So I think Iowa is just going to win the game, but if they don't, it's going to be close. So mark me down for Iowa also.
It's apparently always been close recently as well. We'll move over to the SEC, a big kind of out-of-conference game, an old Big 8 Southwest Conference game, right? Southwest Conference, isn't that what they were? Yeah. Texas is 7-point favorites against Arkansas. The fighting Steve Sarkisians versus the Razorbacks. Locks, you go first this time.
Soon to be SEC mates right here.
Is this Texas's official SEC game?
Yeah, no, we still got to wait 7 more years for that to happen, I think. Texas looked a little put together last week. It wasn't, sloppy Texas, we figured out at week 5, and then we disappoint in week 7 and 8, and then come back roaring at the end. Sarkisian, I guess he must stop drinking or something. They got his shit together. I guess that's what happens when you hang out in Alabama. But I'm going Texas. Texas is back, baby. I got Texas.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa! You're calling that?
Yep, 7 points.
7 points, it's against Arkansas. Oof, okay.
They're not a bad team. They got a good team.
They're a fighting team.
A lot of O.
They're a fighting team. That's for sure.
At Arkansas. Yeah.
I was going to mention. I don't know. I do not know why. I am not sold on Sarkisian. He had, coaching last year with a bunch of 4 and 5 stars. It makes anyone look good.
Good point.
I still like him against Arkansas in this game with the 7.
All right.
But I am just not. I don't understand why they replaced. Who was the last coach? Herman. Was it Herman?
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a difference. I really don't. I don't think Texas upgraded in coaching. So that's me. I think they'll win this week by 7, but with the 7. But I don't think Texas is back yet.
Yeah,
all right. Well, that's good picks. We got the Holy War, which is one of my favorite games.
Ooh.
Utah and BYU. Utah is 7-point favorites. JJ, you're up first for this one.
I like Utah is going to be one of my surprise teams this year because they're not going to be as good as they were last year. I'm taking Utah. They're just a great coach team. They really are. So I think if I remember right, I think BYU beat them last year.
Yeah,
right. Like Utah was full of injuries, so I like a little bit of revenge this year with Utah.
All right,
you're going Utah.
Yeah.
You're going Utah with this -7. They're +7, right? Oh no, they're minus.
Utah's favorite.
-7. Gotcha. Locks, you go.
I have no idea. Utah. I'll take it.
Good analysis.
You're not helping me here.
You said that this is one of your favorite games?
Yeah, I love watching this.
It's always a great game.
And the red and the blue is kind of cool because they usually do like the full colors for this game as well.
I've never laid eyes on this game. Maybe not even a highlight on one of these games. I got nothing.
And it's actually a fun game to watch. Change that.
Yeah, for solid point. And this is probably a late game too, so forget about it.
There's no question. Yeah, you're not making this one. The next game is North Carolina State is -1, kind of picking up steam for darlings of the media after a nice first opening week bludgeoning, and they travel to Starkville, Mississippi to play Mississippi State and Mike Leach's boys. Who you got here? Locks, you go first.
This is trending downward. I think NC State was like 2.5 before. That's just a little surprising. I don't know if it's the home field or what, but Mississippi State still got a lot of work to do, I think. And, everybody loves Leach and all, but good offense, no defense. And we saw what NC State could do last week, but they put up 45, something like that. So just hope that travels. But 1 point, it's damn near a pick 'em. Poor kids are going to deal with those fucking cowbells, but I think they can battle through with some earplugs. I'm going to take NC State.
Ooh, nice pick. Nice pick.
ACC needs some help. Come on, baby. Don't lose.
This is actually a good week for the ACC with Tennessee playing Pitt. We're going to call that one next. We got this game. There's a couple of ACC, SEC games that I think are pretty winnable for the ACC teams. So we'll see. But JJ, who you got here? NC State, Mississippi State. NC State's a 1 point favorite.
NC State did not impress me last week coming back and winning by 1. I mean, it just like
Mississippi State.
Yeah, Mississippi State. They should have done a lot better in that game. So I'll take NC State going on the road.
Yeah, I think so, man. Yeah, this is a big week because the ACC could really, really fuck themselves over if they lose these games.
They really could. And especially, NC State getting the media darling hype for the week. If they happen to lose this one to a middle of the road,
party's over.
It's over.
Well, I'm just saying, who's the next coming up-ins for Clemson? I mean, is it going to be Florida State now? I mean, it's
okay.
I know
they're 0-2. Yeah, 0-1 also.
So.
All right, Tennessee Pitt. Pittsburgh is a 3-point favorite. I believe it's at Pittsburgh. I'm not positive on that one, but I believe it is at Pittsburgh. Who you got here? JJ first.
I'm taking the Vols. I think Heupel's gonna. I don't know why. I think Heupel's got things going in a positive direction. So I'll take Tennessee.
And Locks. You're looking at your paper. You're looking at numbers. You're looking at sabermetrics.
Yeah. What is the spread on that? 2.5?
3 points. Pittsburgh.
It's just outline. I'm just stalling. Trying to think of something witty to say. I like Dan Marino, so I'll take Pittsburgh. No, I mean, that's a lie. I don't even like Dan Marino either.
He had a cocaine problem at Pitt, right?
I've heard he's had some problems all around. That's why he didn't
never get high in your own supply.
But I don't know, man. I mean, I'm kind of rooting for the ACC again, like I said. But Tennessee is just all over the place. They don't have a ton of recruits. Not saying that Pittsburgh does, but I'm taking the home team. I'm just rolling with the home team here.
Nice. So we'll recap here. Good picks, boys. JJ has Oregon over. We're getting 14.5. Iowa, Texas, Utah, NC State, Tennessee. Locks. They go against each other in two games this week. That's all right. Ohio State. He's taken the 14 and he wants to give those points. Very generous of him. Iowa, Texas, Utah, NC State, and he's given 3 to JJ and Pitt. I tried to do this as we go by, but this is the lack of production that I can do. I had JJ's all up there too with his picks, and it wouldn't save. So that's good. Good producer, good producing, really good. Didn't give me. I have 30.
Next week we're gonna be 0-0. We'll be good.
We got. Oh man, I missed this.
Trending up.
We need a producer here because I missed 15 messages.
At least.
Someone's telling us to stop fucking singing. Texas looked great.
Will someone get Ryan and Tracy back?
I like it. We got something on our
These
boys.
Are so outdated. He was hitting them like as they were coming, man.
I know, but I was playing with the banners. I'll give you 10. BYU. He's drunk. Why he doesn't even drink anymore? Why is this not? There's perfect. Why is this not working anymore? Can someone put up a real game with real money? Who's playing
the last
legit? VegasInsider.com.
Jesus Christ!
If they sponsored us, buddy, we would pimp them all day long.
No
hey, Ron, if you gave your wife this much attention, you might have a happy marriage.
Mike Kane, Pirate left the best season in Poland. Bet against them all season. Mike Kane mixed in. There was too many Michaels going on. There's Kaner. He's very true. Nope. I don't even know what he's responding to. Mike Conwin's comment of the night, but you're on notice there.
No, they didn't get lucky.
Florida State got lucky, like Han did at Clemson all those years ago. Fade Pitt. I don't even know what that means. It's got to be a gambling degenerate line.
Yeah,
he's looking at porn.
Yes.
It was 1983.
This is about Dan Marino.
Who's you, motherfucker? JJ, motherfucker, you're so right. He's still cleaning out water in his basement from Hurricane Ida, so you got to excuse him today.
And our new sponsor, Larceny Bourbon.
There you go.
Do they sell
They'll steal your heart and your soul just like a woman.
Do they sell those bottles empty? Do they come like that?
Well, no, it was a little full, but
you must have dropped it.
I've been busy.
I hate water.
No, it was actually about a third full, but I had good pours. You know me. You know the way I pour.
Yeah, after the week you had,
Fuck, man. I'm like Helen fucking Keller. Or not, Florence Nightingale.
Larceny Bourbon. He didn't tell you that? It's Larceny Bourbon. Open your ears up there. Do you have ears in Connecticut? Do they have those there? Golly. Bluefield Beaver update. Our favorite high school football team. I texted Eddie before the show here tonight to get a Bluefield Beaver update. Let me see if I'm all over the map tonight. He said we were supposed to play the Pulaski County Cougars. Bluefield Beavers are 7-9 all time. We haven't played them since '99. It was a hated rivalry. His daughter, wow, the girl child, graduated from Pulaski County High School. It was going to be a great game to see. They've been down, but have rebounded nicely the last few years. Not going to tell you we would have won, but it would have been fun to watch. And because of the C word, there is no Bluefield Pulaski County game tomorrow. So we'll check back with Eddie next week. Hopefully they'll be playing next week. And Marty's trying to push the favorite CMP, Smoking for Jesus, Christian Ministry High School, Smoking Eagles. But until I get a shirt, until I get a shirt.
Boy, I want a Jesus shirt.
I wanted to say, he was telling us last night, it just says like SJE or whatever. But I need it to say Smoking for Jesus.
Oh, why wouldn't you smoke for Jesus?
So that's the name of a high school in Texas. They win the six-man football tournament titles every year.
If you can't get an abortion, you can definitely smoke with Jesus.
Damn.
Here we go. Speaking of Jesus, JJ, you wanted to talk about this superfan clothing thing.
Yeah.
Go into it. Get there. We got a couple more minutes.
And I'm just curious, but we got to get to the dating update.
Yep. This one, and then we'll do the upcoming games, and then we'll do your family.
I'm just curious.
I have some breaking news at the end.
Real? Okay. I'm curious. You too, Clemson fans, not including hats, because we all know. Oh, that's funny as shit. How much how much garb do you have of your team?
Well, I got it. I wear just about everything orange.
Shorts, t-shirt, socks, jock strap, whatever.
But my shorts are orange. People only buy me orange. But as far as like on game days, or are we talking normal every day walking around?
How much is in your closet?
Oh, it's I would say 3/4 orange or purple or white or gray.
But it's all
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I got about 50 Notre Dame things.
Jesus Christ.
I know, it's stupid.
I mean, I think if I would count, it would probably be right up there between the hat. I left the hat in Dallas by accident.
I said no hats. Then I'm topping 100.
Hats don't matter.
Right.
Yeah,
shirt strap, shorts, jock strap, socks, whatever. No hat.
I would say about 50.
Danny, do you have orange corduroys?
No.
That's badass though, Locks. You do got the orange cords. Those are badass.
I got
getting a little solid down there.
Solid feeling that I'm not going to fit in those this year for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but
you put on the
badass.
They shrank. not that much. I mean, just I got select things. Y'all know I'm picky. I'm picky about shit like that. Like,
no, you're cheap.
No, I'm picky. Like,
yes, those things are not mutually exclusive. Like, because he's cheap doesn't mean he's not picky.
Right. Like I won't wear anything burgundy or garnet.
Well, that's not going to have Clemson on it anyway.
I know, but I'm just saying. And when I go to Clemson, I always look for a new hat. I usually never find one. So I have the same old freaking hat because it's like comfortable. Got to fit my head right. Got to look right. Got to, I'm picky. So I just don't have that much stuff. Every time I order something off of Fanatics or Clemson, I usually end up having to send it back. So I'm just like, fuck it. Just use my old shit until it's worn out.
No, fuck it.
When you got a bucket head like me and I buy a hat and I do the double XL hats, sometimes they come in. Sometimes they come in still don't fit. So a couple of them are big.
And all these kids now got the flat brim, man. See, you got the curve on your hat. Jeff,
you got to have a curve. You got to have
the flat brim because now the flat brim hats, like, it doesn't fit your head right, man.
You got to have the curve, man.
Straight up here, and like it's bullshit.
This is VIP Homelink. It's not a sponsor, but they should be. My boy Alfred Bentley owns and operates this company, so I keep that. It comes folded already.
Hey, kids, you wear the curve.
Yeah.
Like old school,
Normal. It's not even old school. It's normal school.
Thank you. You wear that flat brim shit.
All right, let's get into, speaking of flat brim shit, let's get into this week's games. Then we'll talk about JJ's family.
Can we talk about this week's games?
I thought we did that because there's any more
that already.
Wow.
Who's doing this? Like,
no,
producer.
I copied this week's games as the bets because I'm lazy. How about that?
Right.
That's
I like
good. Yeah. But
there's not a huge slate.
On my updated one, Taco Bell has a new item. They brought out like a chicken sandwich or a chicken taco. If you were watching the Clemson Georgia game on Saturday, you saw it about every 4 seconds.
Yeah. So
there was a good debate though.
I didn't even listen to it because we were talking too much, and some dude was trying to tell me why Clemson shouldn't throw into the cover 2 when there's 9 safeties deep and shit. I wasn't listening. I don't know. Have you guys had this yet?
No.
I'm trying to. I just haven't had a chance.
I won't get it.
Why not?
I don't know. I have no interest in chicken from Taco Bell. It needs to be grade D dog meat tacos.
Sauce. Yeah.
That would be tremendous though. If they did the beef,
I mean, heck, that's my name, right?
Yeah.
Where are our names? I don't even see producers. You overproduced today. Yeah. I went to Sonic today, and in New Jersey, the Sonics are not necessarily, how do you say it, in nicer areas. So I went to Sonic today, and I got a nanner pudding.
Out with your own.
I got a nanner pudding shake. So I bought it. It was a blast. So it was like Dairy Queen does. Anyway, so I'm eating it. It's delicious. It's got pieces of banana. It's got Nilla wafer. It tastes like banana. It's wonderful. I get towards the bottom and there was like neon yellow. So like they put the flavoring, right? But I'm like eating this ice cream and then I looked down. It's literally like neon yellow sauce, I guess, or something to put. And at that point, I just, put it to the side. And I didn't eat it. It was delicious up to that point, but it looked like I was about to eat my own mucus.
I was going to say, that shit never melted either, did it?
No.
Just coagulated.
And Han knows me well enough that's a good thing. Like I could very easily have been that way. Especially with COVID, when you're driving around and you're outside salesperson during COVID, people aren't going to let you come in to use the bathroom. A lot of gas stations wouldn't let you use the bathroom. So I had to pee in the car a lot.
Every Wendy's in this area is locked down, drive-through only.
Wow.
And every drive-through, every restaurant around here is wrapped around like crazy. Like you got to go early or just bring your own lunch. Shit sucks.
Hey, guess what, guys? There's 4 hospitals here in the Tampa Bay area that are not admitting patients that are not vaccinated because it's gotten so crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad down there.
Speaking of crazy, before we end this mess, we want to talk about JJ's family update. Well, dad update. Give it to us. Give us the story, bro.
Beef, you chime in whenever you need to because you know this man as well as I do, and he really wanted to adopt you and kick me out of the family. Okay. So a few years ago, more than 6 maybe, Case, Beef, I was involved with a woman who's a professional blackjack player, aka card counter, who got kicked out of all the casinos, but we had a few romantic interludes.
Good way to say
it. We didn't need the hand gesture.
No.
Just saying, yeah. Anyway, she claimed she was pregnant. All right, now I volunteered to go to the doctors. I volunteered to get a test. Never would do any of that. Matter of fact, she damn near ruined a boys' sports vacation in Chicago.
She didn't ruin it, but she was wanting to. Yes.
She was trying to ruin, saying, oh my God, it's an emergency, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so 7 years later, I get a text after I get my mom home from the hospital.
This was the other day.
The other day. I get a text from blank the cunt blank. That's how she's on my phone. And I said, are you talking to your father? I'm like, what? Okay. I said, why do you ask? Well, a guy just hit me up on a online site, and I asked him to describe himself, and he said he's retired and sold his company to the employees. Sounds like my dad. So
everything lines up so far, even your online dating site.
Everything lines up. So I said, and if most people know me, I am very estranged from my father and my relationship with him. There's reasons. However, now is the time to text. Hey, Joe, are you trying to fuck the woman who who possibly could have been the mother of your grandchild?
Oh boy.
And he's like, what? So I sent pictures I had in the past, and he goes, oh shit.
Ba, ba, ba.
Dun, dun, dun. I said, what website are you on? And he gave me this this list like, Jesus Christ, like millionaire singles and whatever the hell they are, and what shit. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And he goes, no. I said, do you know who this person is? And he goes, no. I said, you remember that was the woman that claiming to have my child? Really? I'm like, yeah. You don't remember that from 7 years ago?
Right.
You met her at your birthday party? Because she felt she had to go because she was supposedly carrying my child.
Holy shit.
So anyway, so you ready for this one? So he asked me, he asked me, he goes, well, is it okay to talk to her?
No.
I'm like, sure, ruin your life. Just wrap your dick.
Breaking news. Just in to the Chop and Beef Show. I don't know if that read that on. Breaking news.
What?
Yeah.
Rai from our correspondent, our field correspondent, found his boo for life, and they will be tying the knot tomorrow afternoon in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Congratulations! I want to, on behalf of the entire
man.
Say congratulations to our very own Ryan Lawrence and Catherine Christopher on their nuptials happening tomorrow, 9/10/21 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Very, very, very cool.
Hey, Ryan, you got lucky with that one. She's a definite keeper. She's a good girl.
She's a great one. She's a good one. He's a good one.
Obviously, my father at 76 is still looking for his.
What a story.
He's got a good
Jesus, you can't make that up.
But did you know Han's comment too about did you
break
the cover of People Magazine? Mike, your story
she
is
will.
really fucked
she
up.
will.
This one should have at least been on Maury or something.
But hold on.
I told Casey this story, and I what I thought was the funniest line of the whole thing is what Casey said about he said, about my dad and my uncle who's a dirtbag piece of shit. He goes, hey Jeff, you realize those two members of your family, the only one that has your ex-fiance on speed dial. I was like, roll.
They do. That's what I said. I'm like,
so this tells you the character of women I'm usually interested in.
Yikes!
But yet, mom's a saint. So God bless your mom. Hope she has a very good recovery from her second hip.
Yep.
I know you've been there, so you got a little energy coming to us today. So we appreciate you taking some time, and definitely best wishes to her.
I have a cocaine habit now. I'm wide awake. You know.
I believe it. Also, before we close this mess, I want to give a shout out to Marty Coleman, my partner in crime on Sluggo Podcast. We are on seldomusereserve.com. If you get an opportunity, go check out seldomusereserve.com. Some great content there. John Chansey, who's a big commenter here, writes a lot of great stuff there. Marty writes a lot of great stuff there. At some point soon, I'm going to write some stuff there as soon as life slows down, which it seems to have in the last couple of days.
Congrats to Beef too.
Next week I'll be out of Mom's basement, and I think it'll be.
Are we talking like good stuff that I haven't heard yet?
We'll talk after I end this thing. But
Absolutely.
On behalf of JJ in Tampa, Zach Lux Parker, I am Casey the Beef Cregan. Thanks so much for joining us this week on the Chop and Beef Show. We'll be back next week about the same as ever. Say goodnight, boys.
Starting off 6-0, baby. Locks. Let's go.
Living up to the name.
Be careful of those dating websites. You don't know who the hell you're going to meet.